everybody, and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to the second part of our Echoes in the Misty Mountains series. My name is Josh, I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be your Game Master / Lore Master for tonight. And as you can see, I am joined by some very lovely people. I'm going to let them introduce themselves now, as well as their characters and what their classes and cultures are, starting with Tom.
Hello, my name is Tom, he, him pronouns, as is Targon. Targon is a champion and a ranger of the north, protector of the land. Literally got to do an Aragon of sitting in the prancing pony, smoking a pipe, being less mysterious than my king-to-be, but I'm making a... Look, the guy at this point is about... He's in his 70s and I'm like 27. He's my cool dad, living with the elves. I don't get to see him much.
Your dad. Oh no.
Hey, sorry to break it. I accidentally called him dad on one adventure, and he's like, "That's fine. I'm glad you respect me." I'm like, "No, oh no, the king. Oh." I went and screamed in a wood for a bit. He was like, "You need to be a bit quieter when you have your breakdowns, Targon." I'm like, "Oh, no." That is my greatest embarrassment. That I have told no one. It's always good to have secrets. Anyway, yeah, Targon, adventure, mountains. Love to hear it.
Awesome. Moving swiftly on, we have our next player and character, Tallia.
Hello, my name is Tallia and I am playing Asphodel Fallowhide, a Fallowhide hobbit. I'm actually now just crouching on the floor. For that, Asphodel hobbit warden left her lands to go on a slightly odd but generally normal wander. Saw what was out there. Wanted to be doing something about it. Also, I have just decided that the cool ranger who rescued her when she first went out is now Aragorn.
He didn't mention me, did he?
Not at all.
Of course, no. He's the king that was promised. He's busy.
Told me how cool I was, though, and how much he thought really respects hobbits. Called us hobbits as well, properly.
Yeah, no, he's quite a guy. I'd quite like him to punch me in the face too. Anyway, moving on. Carry on.
I am a warrior, I am a warden, and we have just gone through both of my lands that I'm very good at, and now we are at the edge of it, leaving. So my brain is full of stuff, and I am thinking about the road ahead, but hey, let's go for it. I turn around and look at that really tall tower.
And speaking of that really tall tower, let's move over to Rebecca.
Hi, I am Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Captain Maegwynn, Thane of Oswin. She also uses she, her pronouns. She is a barding captain. She's out on a definitely fine mission to try and save a fine home. And she's only been out for a couple of weeks, and her startling discoveries of last game were that people popping up looking threatening and then running for the hills when they see her wasn't just a kind of traditional welcome, and in fact just walking is enough to make a name for yourself. And she's also learned that someone wanting to punch you in the face could be a good thing. She's learning the strange ways and cultures of these hobbits and these rangers.
To be fair, it's not really hobbitish, but hey,
As
hi,
Meg
how are
knows,
you doing?
Maegwynn has just learnt. You are the first hobbit that Maegwynn has met. Maegwynn is just gone, okay. The hobbits choose to express admiration and affection by desiring to punch someone in the face. I will remember this when I approach other hobbit cultures.
You're going to be the talk of the Shire for the next 80 years. You know that.
Poor Meg is just going to be plighted at so badly. Just straight icy politeness.
The hobbit thrower. Oh no.
Can't see Dallies bring some interesting folks into the Shire. I do hope she'll be staying for dinner.
Anyway, before we get on to tonight's second part, we have some sponsors and supporters to thank. Our sponsor is Phoenix Dice. They do some amazing clickety-clack math rocks, including some limited roll-together dice, which you can see here. If you use the link below and use the code ROLLTOGETHER, all caps, at checkout, you can get yourself 25% off of your purchase. Massive thank you to the D20 Club on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Tom for various reasons. And I think with that, we are going to dive into tonight's session. In our last session, our group of adventurers, brotherhood, companions, there's a word for this, and we just can't find what that word is. Associates, there we go.
That's what I've been using, it's easier.
They have come together, they have met for the first time, some have met for the first time, heard rumours of this figure known as the Tower, who turned out to be Meg. Were approached.
It's only like 5'10". It's not.
Yeah.
I think
not that deep.
Specified at 6 foot.
Just under 6 foot.
You are still twice my height, lady, and there's an awful lot for you to look up to.
as a ranger, I think I'm about the height of the tower, but just they're like, yeah, just the vibes, Targon. Just...
You're not built like the tower, though.
No.
Yeah, there's twice. You could fit twice, I guess, into Meg.
Yeah, I'm wild.
Crazy.
Good lord.
Well, that's this campaign over. See you later.
In front of the good people of Bree? No.
Oh no, you've canonically left Bree now. A mission was handed to all of you where you were to go searching for Miss Mary Potts' brother called Raud, who is a woodcutter and a construction worker. He is headed towards the Misty Mountains to cut some trees down, although it was discovered that he might be also trying to find a way to get either through or over the Misty Mountains to get to a location far to the west to go see his daughter, who was taken away after his wife passed away, and he was distraught by that. You left Bree, and that is where we ended the session. After some birds were spoken to, a rather colourful pony was obtained, and what we're going to do now, normally in the Lord of the Rings rule set, there is a really cool travel mechanic that you would do over the course of travel. Now, because this is a slightly shorter series at only an hour, we're going to skip through most of that, but there are things that each of the players can do during that time, which I'll come to them now and ask them what they want to do, and then we'll bounce off of that. We'll start with Tallia, because I know Tallia was biting at the bit for some stuff.
Biting? I was gently, politely requesting.
Just a little nibble.
Yeah. And you guys know me, viewers. I would never bite or be pushy about cool mechanic things that I can do ever. Anyway, so one of the things about being a warden, I've passed through both of my warded lands of Arnor and Cardland as we've walked our way down. So one is that I have single-handedly made this journey very easy and very fast. I can do multiple rolls. I know where everything's going. But the key thing I wanted to be doing is essentially gathering rumours of what we're tracking and what we're finding, particularly not the brother, but like the shadows around him. I want to know what stories are being told, what things we might be seeing, and just collecting any information as we go past anything and everything so we can add it to our roster.
I will ask for 2 rolls from you.
Yeah.
One is travel. Again, another skill. And your choice of explore or hunting.
I will go for... Ooh. They're both 4. I'll decide. That's cooked. So travel is 16.
16 on travel. Awesome. And then which one of the other 2 skills are you choosing to go for?
Explore has a +4. Hunting is a +2, but advantage in my lands.
Which I would allow.
Yep. So it's again. It's I feel like I'm hunting because I'm not just kind of having a roam around. I feel like I'm specifically looking.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it feels just more thematically correct. And that worked out pretty well. So that's a 17.
Awesome. So with the travel result, like you said in the description before, nice and easy for you to travel through both of these lands. The road that you are on is kind of on the cusp of the two anyway, so you are able to guide everybody through towards the base of the Misty Mountains. Misty Mountains is like a long spine of mountains that sort of almost cuts perfectly through the center of Middle-earth, or at least this area where you're in. But you've been using your hunting skills to track, not only to start off with, it was Raud's footprints to sort of make sure you stay on the path. And it does at one point take you off of the road, off of the main road, and through some dense fields and woodland areas. And it takes you, that's where it will take you through to the base of the mountain that you then need to climb, begin making your way up. As you get closer to that mountain, you do start to pick up on other tracks. Now, some of these tracks resemble wolf tracks, except for the paws are more spread and wide and a lot chunkier, signifying that these are probably wargs, which is something that you've not fought before, but it is something that you distinctly know that these aren't wolves. You also come across a combination of barefoot print marks, which are much larger than Raud's and much larger than both Meg's and Targon's. Combination of barefoot and armoured footprints. If you were to ask Targon about it, Targon would be able to tell you that those are orc footprints, because that would be something that he would be trained to know. So you know that these are also heading up into the mountains, and they begin to blend in with Raud's footprints. Some of them predate Raud moving up this way. Some of them are, what's the word I'm looking for, fresher than Raud's footprints as well. So there's been a constant flow of orcs and wargs coming through.
Stunning. So I think the benefit is that we then get to have advantage on any intelligence checks that we make related to anything that's related to this rumor when we're at it. So just kind of like, if we're coming into the wargs or orcs or things related to possible associated weird genres, we get to have a little bit of an advantage boost.
Cool. Yep, make sure to keep a note of that. Any intelligence checks that you need to make for any of that, all of you now have advantage on that. So, moving on, we will move to Meg. Meg, what would you be doing during this travel period?
So, I know we're skipping kind of over the cool mechanics, but there is one of the tasks you do whilst traveling is guide, which says in charge of all decisions. And that feels like Meg in this dynamic. I think Meg would have no idea that she was sort of... I think she'd have no idea that anyone else could or would make decisions. She is so used to being in command. And Targon and Delhi maybe just spend so much time bickering that Meg will listen very carefully to all the amazing information that Delhi is giving her, and then just decide that that's what we're doing and how long we're walking and when to stop. It's up to my companions to decide if they feel that's overbearing, but she'd have no thought of being overbearing beyond someone needs to call it. Also being informed by having a little chat with the birds along the way, feeding what they tell her back to the party, especially to Delhi, so that Delhi has as much information as possible, because this is her skill set, very obviously. So just giving extra information so Delhi can then get the most information and give us the best information possible.
Delhi is happy to follow and feels extremely appreciated.
Over the course of your travel, as you said, you help guide the party in the correct direction, There are a couple of times where there is a bit of a discussion about maybe going a different way so it might be safer. But when sort of the birds come and speak to you, they all pretty much give the same piece of information, except for on the last day, which I'll come to in a moment. But they give the same sort of information where it's, we've seen these humans with axes and big bags and things that are looking to cut wood. They've gone this way, and using that has helped Delhi with tracking the footprints and making sure that Delhi doesn't go off of that sort of path, as it were. There was one point where Delhi was going to carry on along the main road because she thought Raoul's footprints were still going that way, but it turned out that they'd actually gone off of the path, and a set of footprints that you had followed for a little bit was somebody who had a similar foot size to his. But so you're able to guide each other and get to the position where you're in. On the last day, the day where you basically get to the bottom of the mountains, a crow lands on your arm, a different one to the ones that you've seen before, takes some of the bread off of you, and just looks at you sort of side-eyed. Echoes in the mountains we hear. Trouble with one of our kin in the mountains. Please save them. They are in trouble. Great and majestic bird, but being held captive by the shadows. You must save them. And it flies off. At crow's beak.
I relay the information. I have to say, it's not, more urgent now that we save some birds, as well as some huntsmen and maybe a daughter. But yes, it is good to know that the birds are invested in our success. There's also maybe a slight dynamic change as we have been traveling, because Delhi is incredibly competent and very useful. And then, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, but Targon's just kind of there, brooding. What are you here for?
We'll get to this. Targon also disappears for a while, says, I'll meet you at the next point, and then disappears. We can decide how long that's going to be, but...
Okay, so with the information that both Delhi and Meg have obtained so far, we'll say that, Targon, you rejoin them just as they're about to head off of the road. What have you been up to?
I sort of having watched my I was about to say my young, she's older than me, my associate, handle it. I, at one point, just say, I just need to go handle something. I'll meet you at state, the point. I go sort of divert off the road into the woods to basically a ranger drop point to meet other rangers and to go, I need to know what's going on with Rivendell. Also, the terrifying tower. What do you know of her? What are her credentials? And I actually say to my ranger, I was like, she's definitely not telling us the full truth. People like that don't just go wandering around the world for no reason. There's something else going on there. I think forces beyond, my ken seem to be... Things are in movement. And then I also talk about the bright light. Basically, I snitch on the party because I know it's going back to my king.
Okay, so is this a feature that you have, or is this just something that you want to do?
I'm a ranger.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I can get information. We take care of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, they are also just smoking as we're just
you're all just sort of sitting around a tree, just
We've all been I've been able to. Also going this little message, this little notches and trees where I'm like, okay, interesting information. Yeah.
Aragon has typecast the entire Rangers.
They are canonically like this. That I think for Lord of the Rings, they were like, yeah, they all wear trench coats. And I was like, of course they do.
So I'm not going to have you roll for it, because you are, as you said, a Ranger of the North. So knowing where each of the different drop points are for your people, nice and easy to find. You would have to hang around at that drop point for maybe a few days before another Ranger appears. But one does eventually appear, and you can have a conversation with them. And what they will tell you is they've not heard anything about a figure known as the Terrifying Tower, but they have heard something about a figure known as the Tower. They were dubbed the tower by a group of bandits that tried to jump them. They were really sort of kind towards them, and then they hid away. However, the Rangers saw this as an opportunity to spread a little bit of fear amongst the bandits and made up the story of the tower slaughtering a bunch of bandits on the road. So they're trying to put a bit of fear into the criminals of the lands.
Good.
So you find out that Meg is from where Bree is. Meg is from the northwest, so just north of where the Shire is, very close to where Ranger headquarters is, and you know that the Rangers have been told to not go near the land that she is from because they are not liked there.
Interesting.
Although he does not give you the name of it. He's been told he's not allowed to speak about it any further than that.
Really? We're keeping secrets now, are we?
I have to follow the rules of the higher ups. We're not allowed to talk about it, not even to our own. Even I don't know the name of it. I was just told where it is.
Fair enough. Well,
kind of general area.
Well, I've given you my reports. Any messages to send to the other side of the Misty Mountains?
No messages as that we know of. There are no messages to send to the other side of the Misty Mountains, although we have heard stories of a great darkness forming in the Misty Mountains. The Elves of Rivendell, the gates have been shut for a long time anyway, but normally some of them would venture out to trade with others. There have been no elf sightings around the Rivendell area for a few months now. Something has got them spooked, something in the mountains. There has also been tale of a great cry coming from the mountain. Something ancient and powerful is upset up there.
Wow. Concerning. Anyway, good to see you. Take care of yourself. And, yeah, I believe as they say in these parts, mind how you go.
Aragorn says hello, and he walks off.
Of course he does. I also have informed the ranger. I was like, yeah, this Meg, asking a lot about kings. Also, having also said yes, my associate Dali has a habit of, she's not a secret keeper.
That's a good point, actually. Do you feel you can trust this Meg?
Interesting. Well, I certainly trusted her to stay with Deli, but then Deli would kill Oliphant if it looked wrong at her. Remains to be seen. She's certainly hiding something, but I do think she's certainly not as genial as she portrays. But again, we adjusted to the other ranger, kind of more stoic. But
how has she been with you? How has she been with you? Like
the sun and warm butter, and of course you can't trust that, as I said. You know, I think as we pointed out, fine faces do hide dark secrets, but we'll see.
So she is not afflicted. When you have finished your current task, bring this tower to the north, and we will speak with her.
I'll do what I can.
Our higher-ups will speak with her.
I mean, she doesn't even realise we're going in the wrong direction, so we'll see what happens. We are legitimately going the wrong way.
You are, yeah.
A message sent to you before you disappeared from Delhi was, tell them to tell Aragorn that Delhi says hi and also to get off his butt and do his job.
Flashback. Oh, by the way, Delhi does send her regards, and she's looking forward to seeing Strider return to the field. And
I think he's in Rivendell at the moment.
No, well,
He travelled to Rivendell before I left, so
that was also what I heard. But
the only non-elf that can get in.
True, very true. Anyway, as I said, best of luck to you. See you on the road.
See you on the road, and sort of just disappears. And you make your way, and you bump into both Deli and Meg just before they begin to veer off of the road.
Both. Evening. Good to see you again. How's the journey been?
It's been well, but I am intrigued as to what you would have done if it hadn't. When I am used to command, to abandon one's company on the road in a dangerous situation is tantamount to treason. I am curious as to your reasoning.
Daddy here is able to track the footprints and the marks. I was able to have words with my associates, see if there is... And it turns out there is rumblings. There are supposedly cries coming from the Misty Mountains, it seems. Also, as pointed out, Daddy, pat. Orcs, definitively moving around this area, as you predicted. So, you might want to up your desires. You kill one orc, maybe you'll get a warg or something else, see what else you can get. As for you, Tower, yes, you might call it treason. We do serve separate purposes. I apologise if you feel that I've been slacking. I hope that I might be able to prove myself should it come to combat, or indeed cooking.
What is treason?
Treason is to break your promise, Deli, to go against your vows and to be punished for it.
Treason is to betray the people that you owe your life to, your home, your king, your lord.
They just need to go get them off their asses and do their jobs.
I would like them to try and charge a hobbit of treason. They are loyal, but they do not respect kings. with a slightly hard look at Danny for that. I am not telling Aragorn to get off his arse.
I'm sorry. He's spending all his time talking about his girlfriend.
Oh, but she's gorgeous. We know that.
But still. You're very, very...
But I'm confused. I thought you were taking me to meet your compatriots, and yet you seem to have just met them without me.
They are shifty. Anyway, we've got a bunch of woodmen to save, don't we? Are you making an insight roll?
I just rolled a nat 20 on insight.
There it is.
I will roll something.
Roll deception.
I mean, yeah. It's interesting because it's charisma, which I am not good at. So I'm just like...
I mean, you can need a natural 20 to beat it.
Yeah, it's a 17, where you're like, yeah.
23 from a nat 20.
Yeah.
I'm quite tempted to make it intimidation instead, which would make it 28. But, I will stick with what I said.
Yeah, something fishy there.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a fairly strong sense that I'm being lied to?
He's weirdly shifty at the best of times. Seems to talk around the subject. You picked up on that. If you didn't have an inkling that something else is going on here and that you're possibly being tested, you probably get a better feeling of that now.
Do I feel in danger?
I would say no.
No.
Because you would know. You would know that in order for you to go see Targon's superiors, you would need to go north, and you've not been going north because that's the general area that you're from. You would need to go past where you're from to get to where they are, basically.
Understood.
In a general area, so you would feel, as Targon just said, you would feel like you're being tested.
Yeah. I have rolled a 25 deception. With that, can Meg put a warm and friendly smile on her face so much, and just drop it so much so that Targon doesn't in any way know that Meg has clocked? that she is being tested.
I mean, I don't trust you at the best of times, but I'm also
Oh,
just
I know
like,
that.
yeah, but I'm just like, I think through the smile, and I think I almost feel like if we kind of like, he also smiles a sort of grim smile, and it's almost like a game recognizes game of like going, but yes, you don't get the feeling, you're feeling you're being tested, but he's not leading you into a trap, and he's not going to hurt you. Again, like for your saying, well, quite.
I mean, with that massive insight as well of a natural 20, just looking at Deli has got the punch me in the face look on her face most of the time.
It's been a long
Yes, we
journey.
need to talk about Hobbit cultures, because this is new to me.
Anyway.
Sorry. You guys are doing weird, boring, tall people stuff, so I just decided to zone out.
That's fine, Deli.
Is that Targon and Meg getting fairly like nose to nose and aggressive eye contact, and then Deli's just there in the background going, la, la, la.
It's like, I guess we're not doing anything actually useful. Just fine.
Stroking the horse, like just gently brushing.
More ribbons.
We're in an egalitarian society. You decide something needs to be done, and then everyone gets together. There's none of this shifty politics things. It's all fun. And now there's just tall folks with secrets and kings and politics and agendas, and I'm just like kind of going, at least they're pretty.
While you're all talking, what is everybody's passive perceptions?
18.
14.
With the 18, while this conversation is sort of happening and you're at the base of the mountain, Targon, you hear the sound of a twig snap, and as you go to look at that in that direction, which is slightly up the sort of hillside that begins leading into the mountain, you can see a shadowed figure briefly flick between trees and disappear.
I think because this sort of like mild disagreement that we've been, not even mild, this disagreement we've been having, suddenly
Just misunderstanding.
it's just we're both travelers in this world, what is treason, anyway, for that, Targon, again, pipe in mouth, suddenly the great bow's out, ready, and then sort of like unspeaking, like looks at Deli, sort of gestures, and then looks at Megan and is like, again, I not trust both of you, but it's the case of like, we're all fighting here. Well, maybe I'll say about the tower, but it's an
My
impressive.
name is Maegwynn, or Captain Maegwynn Oswin Thane, or Meg. They are your choices.
Apologies, milady. I didn't mean to be crass. Maegwynn.
Didn't give you that as one of the options.
No, you didn't. Anyway, there's something in the woods.
He's going, can I call you my lady? You literally you turn around to go and just talk to Del, who's been vaguely sensible sometimes. Deli's gone. Deli has literally disappeared into whatever hint of shadow there is, and cannot be visible.
Make me a stealth check, please.
I can try to hide even when I am lightly obscured from any things that I am hiding from.
I like the sound of that.
There's my stealth. That is a 24.
24. So both Targon and Meg sort of finish their argument with sort of like a mutual agreement in like a death stare at each other, and go to look down at you to tell you that there's danger. You've gone. They can't see you anywhere.
I've rolled perception. It's a 27. I've got a vague idea, but she's gonna do her thing.
You've seen me do it before. So.
Yeah, I unlike this one, I trust you implicitly with my life. Why do you want to see my king? What's going on? Eh?
I told you very honestly, I'm on a quest, but also should we deal with this thing? Do you want to go and do some melting into the forest with your cloak while I look, delicious and distracting?
Well, I'll give you that. You do look delicious as I sink back into the woods. So that was a 20 at. So on the dice, so let's add my stealth. Stealth. So 23.
Yep, you disappear from Meg's view. Meg left wondering why two of these associates of hers are now flirting. Strange.
Are they? No, surely they're not flirting. It's just these strange other cultures. Can I make a distraction check, a performance, to just be as hit me as possible to give Deli and Targon the best possible chance of invisibility?
I would allow you to make either performance if you'd like to, or intimidation.
Oh, intimidation. That's a +8, please, and thank you. It's another nat 20.
Nah.
It's a 28
Oh,
intimidation.
I've missed this, Rebecca.
I was rolling quite poorly to start. It's arrived. It's all good.
So before we come to that intimidation check, I'd like to honour the fact that Deli ran off first.
Yeah.
And as you begin making your way up into the mountains, you didn't spot this shadowed figure going off, but as you begin making your way through the shadows, you begin to pick up the foot tracks of something about your height is moving through these woods, although judging by the footprints that are left, they're not wearing anything on their feet, and their feet are a lot thinner than yours. You've fought goblins before. There's a goblin around somewhere, or a couple of goblins around, and as you circle round a tree, you almost trip over, but you stop yourself and look back, and what you see is a human man wearing very basic wood cutter's clothing with an arrow straight through his mouth, pinned up against the tree, eyes wide open.
Boy.
I would like to ambush them, please, whilst they're not paying attention.
Yeah, you can. Yes, because I need to roll another perception check because you are stealthed. I do not roll very high. So you can move a little bit further forward and you can see a group of 3 goblins that seem to be hovering around a body that's just laying in the middle of a bush, and they are taking things off of it, taking parts of its clothing off, you can see one of them has an axe that they're sort of waving around, looks like a woodcarver's axe, and they stow that into a bag, and they pick up some other bits, they rip the clothes off of him, and they just pick the body up and just throw it a bit further down the mountain, and it rolls down. With how close you got to them just before you do your ambush, and with the body that you saw pinned up against a tree behind, none of them shared any facial similarities with Mary Pot. So you are pretty safe to assume that none of these were her brother. Neither of these were her brother.
Should I stab him or shoot him?
It's up to you. There are 3 of them. I'll allow you to do this just before the intimidation check comes in.
They're going to ambush me anyway. I'm going to just, from the end of it, pop up behind the one that's doing the buttoning and just try and use my sword and just kind of try and just kind of cut his arm off. I just want to kind of get that away and move him away.
Awesome. Make me an attack roll, please.
Fantastic. Come on, baby girl. Come on, baby girl. Ooh, yeah. So I'm going to join the Nat 20 club in this one.
Oh no, Tom, we need to step our game up.
So that's a Nat 20 for 26.
That more than hits. That's double its armor class.
I'm very good at them.
So you can double your dice.
Fantastic. So that is going to be. Currently, I think it's 8 plus my sneak attack, which is another d6, plus it's a goblin, so we're going to get extra damage against it. So that is 4, 13, 18 points of starting damage at it for the first attack.
18 points of damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I am one who doesn't like damage being wasted, especially when you overkill an enemy. So what I will allow is that is enough to kill 2 of them outright. How do you move to kill 2 of them outright? What do? You do the first thing that you said, but how do you then move to kill the second one?
So you take your sword and you kind of go from underneath and lift it up to get that arm away from the guy and bring it up. And then whilst you're doing it, it's easy just to kind of go and bring a parry round and then just switch to the other one.
One of them sort of lifts off of the ground as you kill it, and then you just slice across and cut the other one's head off. And as his head lolls down, you can see the third one stood next to him, sort of, but behind him to you anyway, looks with a shock of horror and goes to scream just as you hear the, how does the intimidation check sound?
I don't think it really sounds much. It's more just the most gloriously fairy tale heroic, fantasy heroic, where she draws her great sword from, slung over her back, and it makes that nice swing as it comes out of its scabbard. And then she just poses, hair tossed, cloak billowing, armor gleaming in the sunshine, standing, on a slightly elevated bit of rock, looking as a poster for come and attack me. I am overconfident.
And it's at that point where you hear a scream come from this one that has just watched its 2 friends be dismembered, and then a bunch of arrows fire from the woods behind that lead further up into the mountain. You can see from as you've been making your way up that you're beginning to get onto a more narrower path with lots of trees dotted around everywhere, and arrows begin flying down towards where Meg is. And there are also attack rolls against Meg. I will come to you in a moment, Targon, but I've sort of done yours and Meg's thing happening at the same time.
It's like I'm letting this happen, which is not what's happening.
No, I will come to you in a minute.
Juices, I'm into the woods. Oh no, she's full of arrows.
So this is going to be 2 attacks against you. There's about 6 arrows coming towards you, but we know what goblin accuracy is like. Only 2 of them I'm going to roll for. So that is going to be...
My AC is not high. My dex is low.
It's a 17 and an 18 to hit.
They both hit. My AC is 15. The ring mail, but an 8 dex. They balance each other out.
Okay, so this is going to be 5 points of piercing damage.
Oh no.
And 8 points of piercing damage. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Constitution save. That's right. I did put points in con. Natural 20 for 22.
Oh, could you make me a second one? Sorry, you need to make 2. So you're fine on the first one.
19 for 21.
Awesome. Okay, so as these 2 arrows pating hit into you, you can feel this poison try to enter into your blood system, but you quickly rip the arrows out before it gets in there. If you had failed that, but you would have been poisoned for an hour. If you'd failed that by 5 or more, the target cannot regain hit points and has disadvantage on death saving throws while poisoned in this way.
Yeah, I'm glad I put points in con. With your permission, Lawmaster, can the nat 20 con save mean that in fact one of the arrows did the glancing, leaving that perfect little graze on the cheek?
Oh yes.
100%. It just enhances the yes. Thank you.
100%.
Now, before we roll initiative, Targon, what would you like to do?
I watch as the arrow sort of shrinks, and I'm like, huh. All right.
No, somewhere in the world, over there, Daddy knows she's missing something and she's very unhappy.
I think I was just like, you can kind of hear me going, don't tell Daddy about this. Can we see the, I assume, orcish or goblin archers? The ones
you can see the one that is still left after Deli has been in and gone ching ching and killed the other 2. And with your passive perception of 18, you look further up and you sort of follow where the arrows came from, and you can see that there are 6 more archers in the sort of brush area behind trees and bushes and stuff, and rocks, and they've popped out and they've fired the arrows down. Some have fired them up, some have tried to fire directly down towards. The ones that are fired directly down towards are the ones that missed.
Also, I'm going to fire arrows at the archers. I get 2 attacks. Is this like a surprise round, or can I? Use
It will be a
both?
surprise round, but you can make 2 attacks.
Cool. Just to check. So I also have something called Mighty Shot, where I roll. I also take off my damage dice. If I still hit, I get 2 extra damage dice because I'm really good with my bow.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
You're doing that with both attacks.
I can only do it once.
Okay.
So that, and then roll a d8. So that's taking off 1. Add that. Does a 24 hit?
Yes. Yes.
It's always worth checking. You don't know these. Again, looking at the films, orcs can take a surprising amount of damage.
These are goblins.
Well, okay, goblins I could just kick into a ravine, but
Yeah.
and that's the kind of confidence you want from the Rangers of the North. It's more of a Gondian kind of. Anyway, 4 plus 4, add another one, so 8. Does 15
Points of damage. Straight in between the eyes, takes this goblin off of its feet, and you just hear a thud in the bushes. And then your second attack against another one.
As I notch the arrow, this one is because I've got an attack bonus of 8. That's 23 to hit.
I was going to say, you just need a 2 and you've hit.
They're surprisingly
A natural 1
squishy.
is an auto miss, but even if
Yeah.
you rolled that, you would still technically hit.
Unfortunately, this one isn't as impressive. That's only 9 points of damage.
That's exactly their hit points. So you just quickly fire one and then fire another one, and you just move it slightly, and you hit the one that was just behind, just over the shoulder of the one you just took out. Hit it straight in the throat, and it falls down over the rock it was hiding behind. Black blood sort of coats it as it slumps to the floor. Now I'd like everybody to roll me initiative, please.
I also just very quietly go, "She's a lady, you bastard. Show some respect." As I prepare notching the next arrow.
Right, so we've got...
Look, complicated feelings.
Right, so, Meg, what did you roll on your initiative, please?
Oh, that's me. I'm called Meg. Sorry.
You're right.
New
You
character.
show
Who
the
is this?
captain her respect.
I was waiting so politely for Tallia to answer. That was like, that's me. I rolled 14 on my initiative.
14. Deli, what did you roll?
10.
10. And Targon, what did you roll?
17.
17. You sound concerned about that.
Maybe Delhi needs to be tested as well. Let's see. I mean, I can see a lot of blood back there, but it's not who's first in this thing.
No,
But yeah.
definitely not. We come into the top of the round. The goblin that is stood right next to where Deli is, this is going to be known as Goblin A, and it is going to hurriedly draw out its sword, and it's going to try and make a stab attack at you. As you've just... Actually... No, it doesn't. It runs.
Ooh.
Just watch you slaughter 2 of its friends, and it begins running up the hill. I will allow you to take an opportunity attack against
I
it.
was going to ask if that's still a thing in this world.
Yeah.
I will go and... Oop. No, I do not.
What did you roll?
Ooh.
2.
So,
Oh, okay.
Delhi.
It's an 8 overall.
No.
The trees saw you do that.
I rolled super well, and then this guy started whimpering behind me. So then I'm like, "Hey, it's fine, you're good, you're good." Oh shit!
She's
Right.
a sweetheart. We've got to give her that.
So it's the end of the goblin's turn as it runs and dashes up into the brush above and to its companions, so it will now be able to fight from a distance. I should say that it is cresting nightfall at the moment, and as soon as the sun sort of begins to disappear and the stars in the night sky begin to appear, you begin to hear a loud wailing noise coming from further up, and you can see a white light through the trees
ooh.
as the echoes in the Misty Mountains begin to take hold. Next, you watch as the bushes behind where the goblins are begin to shake, and stepping through is an orc who is walking down with weapons in its hands. What weapons does it have?
Weapons.
Weapons.
TM.
It's like a short sword / scimitar type weapon. You can see 3 orcs and one that is wearing very ornate, sort of making it stand out as like a captain or a chieftain. Is walking down, all carrying melee weapons. So anybody who wants to fight these things in close combat will get the chance to. At the end of that orc's turn, that light above begins to move around, but sort of pulls back a little bit, and you can hear this cry and echo coming behind it as well. Targon, that makes it your turn.
Marvellous. Okay, so...
What you can see in front of you is 5 goblins, all now sort of scattered across this small ledge, sort of ridge that you're climbing up at the minute, in bushes, behind rocks, behind trees. They'll each have a form of cover because they've now sort of ducked behind to sort of protect themselves. And you can see these 4 orcs that are now beginning to boldly walk down the pathway to meet Meg. They haven't clocked that Deli is there.
Well, let's do a bit of distracting then. Let young Deli also want to see this tower in combat. But which of the orcs looks the most like puny? Like it's probably the runt of wherever better orcs come from.
The one that looks like the chieftain looks like the bulkiest one. The other 3 look like they are quite squishy.
Folks, I've been playing Shadow of Mordor, and I know what it's like with this, where it's like, oh, he's got a nickname, like...
Love that system so much,
yeah,
Nemesis system. Anyway, carry on.
Basically, poor guy on the right who looks like he has a slight cold, old drippy nose there. Let's see how this works as I notch an arrow. Okay, so that would be... So if 15 at that, 22, roll this. Does a non-natural 20 hit?
Non-natural 20 will hit, yes.
Oh, poor drippy nose. The people's princess. So 7 add 4. So do 11. Add another. Oh, good. 6. 17. Add. That's beautiful. 20 points of piercing.
Would you like to target Orc A, B, or C?
Well, I said drippy nose is the one on the right, so I'm not going for the captain, but I'm going for So
which one of those 3 letters though?
let's say C.
Yeah, cool. So you target C, probably a good idea because it hadn't gone yet. And as you fire your arrow, it hits into the front of its face. You hit it with such force that it just caves the face in and sort of almost takes it off of its feet, and it spins round and disappears into the bush. You killed it at one shot.
As I quietly say, boom, headshot. As I prepare the next, I'm gonna look. I know I've been giving the captain here a hard time, but I do care that she gets away. So I'm gonna try and take one of the goblins out. Just to, I want to see this great sword in action. Okay. That is that's even better. 26 to hit.
26. That's double hits AC. So yes.
8 hit points. Sniper.
Which one would you like to go for? You've got A, B, C, D, or E.
I'll tell you what. C worked last time. I'll take C.
Awesome. So you hit into C. The arrow sort of embeds itself in its chest. You watch it get taken off of its feet, and you hear a noise as it lands on the floor, having been winded by this arrow. It's still alive, though. You can see a little bit of wriggling around, but it is not on many hit points.
I rolled stealth. It's 21 as I move from that position a few feet, still keeping a sort of eye on the general layout. As I said, but like... Also, I assume there's going to be, above table, there's going to be something running towards me in a moment. I'm just like, Deli's out there. Deli's fine. I heard some squishing. It's all good.
Squishing good?
In my experience, yeah, actually. There's a reason I've spent so much time with this hobbit. I have actually asked, hopefully, if Aragon would permit, that maybe Daddy could be brought into our ranks officially and have a cool coat. I think she likes her little waistcoat, but she's useful. It'd be a shame to just. Also, we are hereditary. We are all from the same kingdom. They went to the Shire, we went to Rivendell. They're hobbits join the Rangers.
Fair enough. After your turn is over, one of the still standing orcs, completely unfazed by the fact that one of its own has just been taken off of its feet, it pulls a spear out from behind its back and holds it aloft and then lobs it down towards where Meg is.
Yeah.
Oh, probably should have taken that one. Whoops.
That's probably not going to hit. That's a 12. No, that's a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Spears, javelins, none of these things hit, but it just lands at your feet and you just walk past it. That is that one done. And then an arrow is going to fly towards you as well from one of the goblins. That's a 19, so that's going to be, I believe.
That will hit.
That will hit, wouldn't it? So that's going to be 8, and then it's going to use its thing. 12 points of piercing damage and a Constitution saving throw, please.
Plus 12 or just 12 total?
12 total.
Oh, Meg is looking wounded. Con save. 17.
17, you are fine. You feel you're able to pull the arrow out before the poison sets into you. That is the end of that goblin's turn, and it is Meg's turn. Meg, if you wanted to charge into these orcs, these sets of orcs, you can.
I want to hit an orc, please. Is, unlike my comrade who picks out the weakest, is there an orc that looks the strongest?
The chieftain in the centre looks the strongest, and is the one that's
kill them, please.
bashing its gauntlets, trying to draw your attention.
Excellent. I have 2 attacks per action. Oh, before I take an action, I will take my bonus action, and I will use Bright Blade on my weapon. So for the next 1 minute, I add +5 to all attack rolls made with the greatsword, and whenever I hit a creature, the next attack roll against the target made by someone who's not me has advantage before the start of my next turn. Awesome. So once I hit it, if Targon or Deli also hit it, they'll have advantage.
Awesome. I should say that the chieftain does have a shield. It was smacking his shield.
I will do... so I've used Bright Blade. I now have an extra +5 to both attacks, which takes up to a +12.
Okay.
One, therefore, is a 23, and the other is a 25.
Both will hit. You can roll me some damage.
So each of them are 2d6 +5. So I will roll my 4d6 all together.
Yep, no resistances or anything, so you're all good there.
Right, so that's a 9, +5 is 14, +2, 16, +10, 26 points of damage.
Oof. Okay, so you hit this thing with an almighty blow. Math in my head takes that to this much. There we go. As you... That number. Takes me to that number. What sort of style are you going in for as you do the attack?
Well, it's just beautiful. But like beautiful in a hefty way rather than delicate. So she's had her greatsword ready, wielded, and she will just head down, charge in, and as she charges, she brings her sword round in a swing and just slices cleanly horizontal across the orc.
The orc tries to block with the shield, and because you're going for a clean head strike, he manages to get the shield up and push it down, which doesn't stop the momentum of the blade, but does direct the blow downwards, and it cuts straight across his midriff. And you watch as black ichor and blood begins pouring out of his stomach area, and a little bit of gut comes out as he takes quite a hefty hit. But he grunts at it, but then he smiles as blood trickles down from his mouth.
I am now alone in melee with a bunch of orcs at half health. I am aware of the choices I have made, and I'm trusting my party.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, it is one of the goblins' turns. It is going to make a check. That's high enough. It is going to make an attack roll against Deli. I don't think that's going to hit, though. That is going to be a 12 to hit you, Deli. Sting. Nimbly move out of the way of this arrow. That makes it the Orc Chieftain's turn. Seeing as you just attacked into him, he is going to start off with by bashing you with the shield. He's going to use his shield the bash ability. That is going to be a 19 to hit you. Against Meg, which hits, because I know your AC is quite low.
I'm just in denial.
Just smile politely. Hope for the best.
That is going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And can you make me a strength saving throw, please?
Yes. Strength. Oh, hang on. Do I get an extra something to saving throws because I'm special? I'm outside. And I can do it with advantage thanks to my language of birds' feet. I can also add 1 to any saving throw I make because I'm valiant, and it doesn't include my proficiency bonus. So I think as long as I can stack them, I get advantage and then +1 to the answer.
Sounds good to me.
Natural 20, so that is a 25 total.
The orc was purposely trying to smack you with the shield in a way to try and knock you prone, but it doesn't work, and it looks angry at this, and just as it moves the shield away, it goes to swing in with its scimitar for an attack against you.
She's fine.
The other one wasn't a nat 20, was a 4, so it's not all sunshine.
So that is going to be a dirty 20 to hit you.
That will hit.
And it's going to be, that's not much, 4 points of slashing damage.
Would be worse. Healing doesn't really exist in this world, does it? I'm quite unwell.
Not really, not magic healing anyway.
We've got herbs. We've got poultices.
Cool.
We've got
right.
sonically trained. You can heal them. You can heal her Targon, can't you?
I mean, I can do a medicine on her.
Yeah, you can do that. Right, so after that...
aspirin. Just stick willow in your mouth.
That is the goblin... that's the chieftain's turn done. That means that it is now 2 goblin archers. Both of them are going to take shots at Deli. Doesn't want to shoot into Meg because it's too close to their leader. Oh, okay, one of those is a 19. So we've got a 23 to hit and an 18 to hit.
Both do.
Okay, they're both going to use, because they're hiding in bushes, they're both going to use sneak attack. Okay, so the first one is going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And the second one is going to be 5 points of piercing damage. And then I need 2 constitution saving throws from you, please.
Constitution, 19 and 16.
You are fine. You're able to... it's less that these arrows embed themselves in you. It's like you go to dodge out of the way of them, but you just miss the timing a little bit and you get caught in the arms or on the face or something. But you manage to resist. You sort of pick at the cut, the sort of the poison that's on the arrows, and sort of slap it away before it is able to get into your bloodstream. Both of those goblins then disappear as they use their nimble escape to hide, which is how they're able to get the sneak attack. That then makes it Deli's turn.
Well, I'm going to use mine. I'm going to see Meg in the middle of things. There's a lot of like small goblins hiding in places, but also Meg is very holdly doing that. And I know that Targon's out there doing some really good, crowd control. So I am just going to get to the other side of Meg, on the other side of this chieftain, and just pop going, need a bit of help, and then just use my go and try and chop down this chieftain. I want to kill an orc.
Awesome. Now, I like this particular optional rule. You chose to go behind this chieftain with Meg in front of it. So you can make an attack roll with +2 to the result.
Nice. And you have advantage because of my bright blade, whatchamacallit.
Yes.
That is... Rebecca, I think that you're doing something to the water. Because that's another nat 20.
Oh, no.
I just haven't...
8, I guess, with the +2.
Yep, that hits. Roll double damage. You get all your sneak attack business as well with that.
And also be aware, this is just my first hit.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is the reason why I'm like, yeah, I killed 2 of them. I have two attacks per round. So... is... Oh, I could double that one as well. I forgot. I could double the dice thingy. You've done that before. Okay. 7, 8, 11, 15 plus 22 for attack number 1.
Okay, so 22, that'll take him down to that. He did not see that coming, but what about the second one?
Cool. I am going to...
You don't get advantage on this one, but you do get the +2 still.
I think I forgot to roll advantage last time on that one as well.
If you forgot to roll with advantage on the last one, you can roll with advantage on this one.
I rolled a nat... Okay. Let's do this again, because I don't know what I'm doing with my brains. I forgot to roll advantage the last time because I rolled a nat 20 anyway, so I was very excited by that.
That's fine, you can roll with advantage on this attack, it's alright.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 19.
19 just hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so that is a D... No sneak attack for this one, because I've already... Yeah, done it, so it's... Oh, 8 plus... 2 is 10 plus 17 points of damage.
How much, sorry?
17.
17, okay.
I just attack him at, like, the Achilles and the shins and just go, so, how are you? How are you doing? Is there, like, a Mr. or Mrs. Meg, or, like, a very complicated relationship with unspoken tension things? What's your feeling about gardening?
Meg is just sort of bleeding quite a lot and looks at you with sort of blank. She is so focused. You feel weirdly inspired just looking at her because she has that much charisma, but she's not remotely engaging with chit-chat while there is, battle to be had and a lot of blood being spilt.
Ask later. So I can't disengage, but I would love to, again, even when lightly obscured, and these things are much taller than me, try and hide in, like, the bulk of the underneath of this chief captain so that the rest of them just don't notice I'm down there.
Yeah, make me a stealth check, please.
And it's a very hobbity thing, They're small, you might not notice them. Yeah.
No. 16.
16, yes. You and believe you are hidden. I will let you know now that the chieftain looks like he's on his last legs. Doesn't look well. Right, so at the end of Deli's turn, that takes us to the top of round 2, and it is one of the goblins' turns. Goblins... Sorry?
Oh, I just said, oh dear.
Oh.
Oh my, I'm full of holes right now.
No.
I might be about to die.
One of the goblins is... You stealthed, didn't you, Targon?
Yeah, 23.
You did, 23. So it's going to try and make a perception check to see if it can see you. Nope, does not. So it is going to risk taking a shot at Meg. I'm going to do this with disadvantage because you are within 5 feet of one of its allies. And it could risk hitting that. I rolled a natural 1, which means it's going to hit one of its allies.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Yes, please and thank you.
I will allow Meg. Can you roll me a d6 and then half it, please? We'll round up.
D6 and then halve it. 4, so 2.
2. Okay, so he will hit one of the orcs. He believes he was going to be good at this, so he's going to sneak attack as well. Okay.
So how did you become Orc Chieftain? Last guy just died for reasons.
He does. Hang on. He does kill one of the orcs.
Oh no!
Shoots one of them in the eye. It's like, oh no! Shit!
If that was enough to kill an orc, that would have killed me. Thank you for rolling in that one.
Oh no! Okay.
That goblin now needs every single other goblin and orc to die so that they can really hold the tale about how they are the lone survivor and they were so strong. Maybe they're on our side now.
Again, having played Shadow of Mordor, just going, you work for us now.
That's the end of that goblin's turn. The orc that they just killed doesn't get to go, but you do see that light move around up in the distance, and it gets a little bit fainter, but then you begin to hear a scream that you have not heard before, and it sounds horrifying in... I'm trying to put it into words. It's horrible. It sounds like something is being tortured to death, basically. At least that's what Targon and Deli hear. What Meg hears is, help me, please.
Oh.
Right, I have to kill that light then.
Somebody help me. I need help. I want to go home, is basically what you hear. And then it moves to Targon's turn.
God, just smash if I do shoot the light now. You're like, Targon, what you doing?
Shoot the light if you want to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's weird. I should probably do more research. Also, she's probably going to get her head caved in by that arsehole. Anyway, I mean, I can probably see. Deli got a 16. I'm like, I know she's there.
Oh,
so
you can see Deli. Deli's sort of hiding underneath the chieftain's sort of, what are they called? Trouser area.
I think I'm going to try and shoot this big orc chief, doing my best to not make him fall on either of my allies.
Yep, I will apply the same rule to you. Roll with disadvantage because you have an ally within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
Don't roll an actual one.
I won't. I can use my great shot on another one. I won't use it on this.
Yeah.
It is either a 26 or a so that's it's either 26 or 21 to hit.
Oh, either will hit, so you are fine.
That is a D. So that is 6 points of damage.
Oh, wow. Not doing your thing is a massive difference.
Yeah.
Okay. You hit into this. It's more of a glancing blow against a soft part. It's not wearing sort of sleeves on its armour, so you glance across it, the top of its arm, and it winces a little bit. Not looking very clever at the moment. For Meg being face to face with this thing, you watch as that sinister grin falters for a second before it grits its teeth and the blood sort of bubbles out of its mouth. You have a second attack.
I do. If I do it again, it's going to be the disadvantage, isn't it?
If you target the chieftain, yes.
Don't roll a natural 1, right?
Don't roll a natural 1, right?
26.
Don't roll that one.
Please.
Or 22, take away, so that will be 25 to hit.
What, with disadvantage? Wow.
I've got a plus 8. I've got a plus 8. So
yeah, no, that hits.
Yeah. So it's 7, add that, so 13, add 19. That would be 22.
How do you want to kill the chieftain?
Just again, like kind of like I sort of like go in. I go no, headshot, and again just. But also, I think for that, he's able to fall that way. Actually, no, so I get it, so he falls, that Deli's still able to, like, hide, but doesn't get fallen on, and it doesn't land on Meg, and surprisingly, no one gets, like, there's blood, but it's not like everyone gets a face. Actually, the orc standing next to him gets a face full of his friend's blood.
Yeah,
and
but it goes through the eye, and it's almost like an explosion out of the back of the head, which coats one of his allies as he falls to the floor, but in a way where it doesn't fall on Meg, and Deli is able to still use part of the body that's left for cover.
With
and to hide.
It's now a 17 for my stealth, which I think it's fair that they can work out. There's covering fire coming from the woods.
Yeah.
I just very sort of quietly reach into my pocket, like it's mint basically, and just sort of just start gently chewing. I'm having a lovely time.
Right, so it moves to one of the orcs' turns, and they are going to try to attack. They can't see Deli because their passive perception is not high enough. So they are going to try and attack the figure that they can see, which is Meg. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the orcs get sneak attack. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, I think I'm probably down.
I'm not going to roll sneak attack on it because I don't think they should have sneak attack. I've been saying that they're big and brutish, so they shouldn't have it.
You are a kind and gracious DM.
Just punch attack.
You are a kind and gracious DM. That's 8 points of slashing damage.
I'm still up.
Oh,
barely.
Doesn't get 2 attacks though, so you are fine. That is that orc done. That makes it one of the goblins' turns. Okay, so it is going to fire a shot at you, Targon, as it passed its perception check and can see you.
Fair enough.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
It is going to use its sneak attack because it hid.
Can't argue with that.
That is 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points, thank you very much.
Awesome. That is its turn. It's going to use its bonus action to hide again as it sort of gets behind cover, and that is going to make it Meg's turn.
Can I if I disengaged or took an attack of opportunity? No, 2 separate questions. Number 1, is the light and the pitiful pleading within 1 turn's movement away, or is it further?
I would say it would be within one turn if you were to move and dash.
Oh, we don't want... There's still 2 orcs up?
Still 2. You've still got on the battlefield 2 orcs and all 5 goblins.
And if am I currently engaged with anyone?
2 of the orcs. And
yeah,
Deli.
I don't think I can't withstand 2 attacks of opportunity, so I'm going to stand my ground and hit. I'm probably going to fall either way, so let's try and take someone down with me. Neither of the orcs have been hurt yet.
Neither of them have been hurt at the moment. Let me just have a look, double check.
I mean,
no,
that
one of them
got blood in its eye, but that's not...
Where is the other one? Oh, no, sorry. One of them is dead because the goblin killed the other one, so there's 1 orc there.
Yes, of course.
I forgot about that one
left.
getting killed by...
I'll see if I can take out this last orc before moving. Because, yes, an attack of opportunity would be a silly way to go down. I still have 2 attacks per action. I still have an extra +5 because Bright Blade lasts for a minute. So the first attack is a 21 and the second is a 26.
Both will hit. You can roll all your damage together.
Glorious.
No resistances. I'm just going to get ready to delete them off the map now.
Oh, wait, I have a +12, not a +10. Never mind. They both hit even more than that. So that's 4d6, now +10. 5 + 4 is 9, +3 is 12, plus another 4 is 16. Oh, wait, and I have a thing where if anything is less than a 5, it's just automatically a 5. Yeah, here we go. I have great weapon fighting. So actually... it's 4 5s instead. My great weapon fighting value means that when I roll damage for an attack with a melee weapon that I'm wielding with 2 hands, my greatsword, you can treat any roll of 4 or less on a damage die as 5. I should remember that for last time, but I didn't. But therefore, I have 20 over my 4 dice, plus another 10, so that is 30 points of damage.
So you always do a minimum of 10 damage per attack, or 15 damage per attack if you've got +5. Yep, that's dead. You just
Right.
and it just turns into mist.
Then, please, can I Can I use my movement to book it towards the light and the pleading?
I will allow, because you did not use your second attack, you can use your move to move up, and then you can use your other attack to move half of your move further up, because it seems a waste to not use that other attack, unless you wanted to pull the bow out and shoot a goblin.
To be very honest, I rolled all the damage at once, but are you saying that 15 was enough to take out the orc?
Yes.
Great, in that case, thank you. Yes, I will move a movement and a half then, please.
Yep.
I'll leave. They're goblins. They're goblins. So that is 45 feet of movement. And can I, reassuringly call out in bird speak that help is coming fast?
Thank you, please. Is what you hear coming from up above. Strange thing for you is when you have spoken to birds in the past, they have that sort of "I'm a tiny bird" squeaky voice. This has a bit loud, majestic voice.
A majestic bird.
Right. So, at the end of Meg's turn, we now
The
have
bird still sounds like it's screaming to the other two.
yes, it's just still going. "Caw!" It's screaming out in pain, but yeah, there's no words coming from it.
No, we couldn't understand, but it's just like, oh, majestic bird is like, so albatross this time of year.
We now have 3 goblins. I'm going to roll to see who they're going to attack.
I'm so far away. What threat? Why would you attack me?
Right.
So it's rude.
1, 2 is Tom. 3, 4 is Rebecca. 4,
Oh, come on.
1,
I have 6 hit points left.
and 4. So 2 against Rebecca or 2 against Meg and 1 against Targon. So we'll do against
This is
Targon
fine.
first. That misses because that was a 5 on the dice. So that's only going to be an 8. And then against Meg, 1 was an actual 1, and then the other one was a 17.
How did they kill that orc again?
Yeah, another arrow just lands into the chieftain.
It's my turn to be chief. Now it's mine.
But any of the ones that were shooting in the area that I'm hiding in, and did they have to move away from me in order to go and get a nice, good...
Unfortunately, none of them were within range in melee range of you. That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
I had 6 left.
Yeah, so just as you run up and you can see, just as you begin to get to the crest of this peak, you can see the Crowed Beak mountain, part of the mountain. You can see this figure, this light. It looks to be almost have a humanoid form to it. It's floating in the air, and you can see it's got its hand reached out, and this essence is pooling into its hand. There's a tree over near a cliff facing, and you can see there are 3 humans tied up against it. 1, a small girl, and 2 woodcutters. In front of it, where this light is coming from, you can see with ropes and nets pinning it to the ground, this large great eagle has been pinned to the ground, and it is screaming out, and its life essence is being drained into this white's hand.
I see this as I fall unconscious.
As an arrow hits you in the back, and you fall to the floor.
That is bad.
Does make it Deli's turn.
Targon, stop playing with your food and go and help Meg. She's down.
What do you say, boss?
I would like just to take down... I would like to go find a thing and then kill it. What
Okay,
thing looks most in need of killing, most killable?
There is a goblin that has been fighting that is severely wounded, and then there are other goblins around that look like they're relatively fine, but They're sort of hiding between the rocks and the bushes, popping out and firing arrows and popping back down again. They're difficult for you to see if you were to shoot at them, but you know their rough locations, so you can get in close and sort of start stabbing them up.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on one. What I'd like to do is just... I'd like to stab Gobbo the weak goblin first, and just see if I can just kill it.
Yep.
I'm just going to do this one. Super straight. Is a... Oh, okay. 23 to hit.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Thank you, darling. I'm going to do this without sneak attacks because I'm going to try and...
If you do it with sneak attack, I'll let you do something cool.
Okay, because I just want to use I want to use my boss stuff to go and kill another goblin. 4, then... Okay. 8. 17.
17. Now roll your other attack before I tell you anything.
Shoot, that's not as good. That's 14.
14 hits.
Oh, okay.
Yep, their armor is not the best. Their armor is 13, so...
Okay. That is 11 points. Again, I didn't roll as well on the second one.
Awesome. Right, so you've got lots of movement, haven't you? Because you are quite quick on your feet. 28 points of damage in total is enough to kill 3 and wound 1. So I will say that they are within close enough proximity for you to quite literally dash amongst them, slaughtering 3 of them and then heavily wounding another one.
Very cool.
Yeah. I just want to basically make sure that we have a safe zone so that we can go and get Meg up and then concentrate on that mission. So yeah, I just then I kind of just like, you know, like that scene from one of those like war / probably like Predator, Alien, whatever. And it's just like they kind of just rise up.
Yeah.
Just like going, ah!
It's almost like a whirl of blades as you sort of dive in, and it's like slash, slash, duck around, slash upwards, cut one in half, duck around, stab one in the neck. You drop the blade and catch it with the other hand and then just rinse it right across the third one. And then you sort of throw the dagger towards another one, which embeds in its shoulder. You run up its chest and knock it to the floor as you pull the dagger out. The one that's you're on top of at the minute is still alive, though.
You scared yet? You should be.
I'm not even going to get you to roll intimidation or get them to roll wisdom saving throw. They are scared.
Nice.
Clever kid.
Yeah, so that means there is only 2 goblins left. One of them is injured. That will mean we move to the top of round 3, and one of those goblins is going to try and attack Dilly. This is the one that you're not on top of. It's going to try and fire an arrow at you for a 16 to hit.
Hits. That's my AC.
It's going to try sneak attacking you. Ooh, that is going to be 10 points of piercing damage and a Constitution saving throw, please.
Please. That is... That is a... I can't read that. Why did I pick the one that's just cats? No, I'm not kidding. It's all cats. All the numbers.
All cats.
All cats. Okay.
Thalia, what does the cat look like? Does it look happy? Does it look like a 20 cat?
It's not a full cat.
I need to see this dice. Not right now, but I need to see this dice. Oh, I can see how that's confusing. Yes.
Yeah, that's just cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats. It was, I don't know, 14 on the die. Plus, I think.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Yep, you're able to avoid the poison at the end of its turn. I believe it's Targon's turn. No, it's the figure above as it begins sucking out more life from this great eagle, although nobody else can see that. Well, I would say Meg can still see that. You're not. I wouldn't say you're unconscious. You're just on the floor, like I can't do anything. Shit.
Like the video game, just like help me.
Yeah, help me up. Sort of, I need reviving, sort of thing. It's Targon's turn.
Speaking of, here come the Rangers. I break from cover and
Go Power Range. Sorry.
No, I'll take it. So I have basically like a vigor thing. So not only am I going to get HP back, you'd say like doing a medicine check on my associate here is probably an action, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry.
I can use. I can move 35 feet because Rangers can do. I can get to.
I will say that you can get. Do you have a way to move as a bonus action? Yeah.
I can using this. I can attack, dash, disengage, dodge
as a bonus action.
As a bonus action.
Yeah, you would need to use your movement and bonus action to get there in order to get to where Meg is in order to do the medicine check.
Amazing. I do that. I would also get HP from that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
I will allow you to put that into Meg as well if you're already at full health. That's.
I have taken damage, but that's not my priority here.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Like you said, there's not much healing in this version of D&D, Lord of the Rings. So yeah, if you want to funnel that, you can.
As I sort of slide in again, go kind of making eye contact with you. I was like, "Forgive me, cold hands." That is on my medicine. That is a 17.
Yeah. How much do you heal?
13 hit points. As I'm just.
Ooh.
And I think as you're looking
cold
at me,
hands shocks you back to life.
Yeah, where you just get a flicker of your kind of like this scruffy looking guy, and then you'd be like, okay, just that kind of thing. Like, okay, I could see there's the sort of cut of regalness to this, and then it just turns back into Paul McGann covered in dirt, going, all right, on your feet, soldier, and then look up and just go, what the fuck is that?
Yes. Now that Meg is awake, I need both of you to make me a dread roll, please. Now this is Shadow. So you both need to make me a wisdom saving throw. A charisma saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Okay, I feel like I have something I can do with. Oh no, I'm already proficient in charisma, so I can't. Do I have the advantage thing? Yes, I can. I have only used it once. I have 2 more turns. I will make this with advantage, please and thank you. Thank goodness, because one was a nat 1. The other one was 25 total.
Okay. And what did you roll, Targon?
I got a 10.
Okay, so no matter what happens, you're going to gain Shadow, but depending on if you pass the DC or not, depends on how much you gain. For Meg, you gain 1 Shadow. And
Understood.
for Targon, you gain 4 Shadow.
Ooh, goodness.
Now, Shadow in Lord of the Rings works in a particular way. It goes off of your wisdom score. If you get, as you begin to get more Shadow, it begins to sort of take an effect on your form. You sort of begin to look more sunken in the face, and you get more basically depressed at everything that's going on around you. As the adventure would have been going on, I would have had you roll more of those if we were to do the travel and things. If you get to what your wisdom score is, you begin to start taking madnesses and all of that sort of stuff. And if it gets to a certain threshold beyond that, you lose your character. Not your character dies, you lose your character. I would then take your character and you would probably become a villain.
Noted.
So what is your wisdom score, Targon?
My score is 15.
15. You're going to be fine. Shadow is also very hard to get rid of, so you have to get rid of it by resting in your safe space. So not resting on the road, you need to rest in somewhere like Bree.
Well, if only we were eventually going back to my AHQ.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, no. But that is the end of your turn, which means it is another goblin's turn, and this goblin is going to take a shot at you as you've run past. No, it's not. That's going to be an 11 to hit, so it misses.
Nice.
I think I still go, what the fuck is that? And then just jump as an arrow lands in my feet. And I'm like,
Oh,
rude.
Meg.
I have one of my virtues is that when medicined, come back with 1 hit point, so I now have 14 HP, just in case someone is, doing very careful maths out there.
Nice.
I think Targon, having healed Meg, will, if offers a hand to help pull her up, will just see a flash, just absolute sincere gratitude. And then she is back on, sword up. Can I reach the white for a melee attack?
Yes, you can.
With just my move? Does Meg know enough about white to know if she can just hit them with a sword? Or if there's, you can't damage with normal weapons type weirdness going on?
You're not 100% sure, because you've not fought one before, but there were tales of them being maybe resistant to non-magic weapons.
If I've used my bright blades, does that count as magic-y things, or not really?
I would allow it to count as magic-y things.
Great. It's imbued with the brightness of my charisma.
Which is very bright.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that the white is in between me and all the tied up people.
Yes.
Great, so there's not really a choice of whether to rescue them first. I would like to just whack the white for 2 attacks, please. It is still within a minute, I'm assuming, because combat time.
Yeah.
So I still get an extra +5 to each roll. I will roll both attacks simultaneously. One is a 22, the other is a nat 20 for 32 to hit.
I'm afraid the 32 misses.
It's weird how whites work.
Yeah. Now I roll all of the damage. No, it's a magical weapon, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, just roll all your damage together, because there's no resistances to it because of
And so
things.
Lord of the Rings crits work the same? I'll just double the damage die for that one, is that right?
Yep, just double the damage dice.
Great,
Although
so it'll be
you go into
66,
slow motion and just...
66 plus 10. And no, wait, there's a minimum of 5 each. So one of them was a 6, and then those 3 were all now 5s. So that's 21, and then I'll roll 2 more. That's another 6, 27, and then that last one jumps to a 5. 32 plus 10, 42 points of damage, please, Josh.
Is that just from the crit, or is that all together?
That's all together. That's both attacks.
I was going to have that thing flee. How'd you kill it?
Yay!
Kidding.
I was going to have it flee.
I'm so sorry, but I'm not at all sorry.
I was thinking, we've definitely gone well over. I think I'm just going to have this thing flee when it gets hit once. Nope, you killed it.
Is it magic power transferal?
I think, in terms of how I kill it, I think Meg has not been downed in battle very often. She is used to being the strongest and the leader, and being downed is not a happy experience for her, which she'll probably do some really healthy processing of later. But for now, raised up by Targon, she is white hot with fury that she has been bested, and that her new allies have seen it, and that the forces of evil could possibly win. And she just lets out a scream of righteous fury, levels her massive sword to a gravity-defying point, and just charges and pierces it through where its horrible, dark, shadowy heart should be.
Pierces through and out the other side, and you watch as its back arches upwards, and it just lets out this billowing scream as this light comes out of its eyes and mouth, and it just explodes outwards. All of this essence that it had absorbed rushes back into all of the figures in front, because it had taken some life essence from the humans. But the great eagle seemed to be have a greater life essence that it was sucking out. So with that white dying, the remaining goblins... Nope, that's not very high. Remaining goblins do not roll high enough and they begin to flee, although with your exceptional ranged and very deadly hobbit murdering skills, you can get rid of these goblins so none escape.
I hobble the goblins and then I'm like, all yours, Deli.
There's one point where you go to fire an arrow at one, just as it's about to hit it in the back of the head, you watch as its head just gets cleaned in half as Deli just cuts it, and then your arrow keeps going and hits another one square in the back.
Can I please pick up
Amazing.
Orc Chieftain and then hit them with the Orc Chieftain?
You are strong enough, yes. I'll say that you can start swinging the Orc Chieftain's body around and start hitting them with it.
The look in their eyes going...
Just sleep well tonight.
Right. That is the end of combat.
Completely unfazed by any darkness of shadow from any of this. Jesus.
You didn't see nothing.
You can inspect the humans that are tied to the tree. One of them is Raud. One of them is his daughter. The other one is another woodcutter, and you spot another human who is wearing civilian clothing, and it is a family member of Miss Mary Potts and Raud's, who was bringing his daughter to him. You're able to save them. The eagle is slightly more cautious to let you near it, so I'm going to need an animal handling check. If Meg is the one approaching, I will allow that with advantage.
I mean, I have a 0 in animal handling, but I can talk to the bird. If someone would rather do it, I can make soothing bird noises from the sidelines.
I have better animal handling and medicine, but I'm like, if you can communicate to this majestic bird that we are friends, and I will try and help heal it.
I would allow a persuasion check from Meg and an animal handling from Targon.
Amazing. I think Meg would approach to kind of win it within a not, within 10 feet, but not too much closer, and just explain, these are friends. They will help. I am so sorry, but we are here to help now.
Oh, God.
Is that a natural one?
That 20. I haven't played D&D in months, and it's all coming out now. If I got 28 persuasion, please, Josh.
Okay, so that means that your roll, the DC for your roll, Targon, is going to be considerably lower.
I mean, 18.
Yeah, the DC was 10. The DC was going to be 18, but that natural 20 lowered that right down.
My dice have missed me.
So this eagle goes to take a snap at you, Targon, as you go to approach, but then with the words that Meg says as you sort of move around, it looks towards you. This is a very intelligent creature, and it nods towards you as you begin cutting at the ropes. It stands up, and it is taller than all of you, and it flaps out its wingspan to sort of get that. What's the word I'm thinking of? Just to remove the sort of creaks that it would have in its wings from being pinned down for so long. It folds its wings back in, and it leans its head down towards all of you in a bow. For Meg, you hear it thank you, and it says to you, if you ever need the service of the Eagles, all you have to do is call.
I relay this message to my companions.
Deli, stop hitting that guy with another guy and the eagle.
Yeah, behind all of this, you can just see a halfling smacking bodies.
I have moved on now. I've moved on from smacking, and now I am just sitting down, untying ropes of the people and just calming down this child. And I'm doing my own animal handling check as I whistle for my horse, my pony, and Sugar Pie the 14th comes covered in the blood of all of the other goblins that were around, having slain them in battle single-handedly.
I'll be.
And we are going to end the session with one final thing. As this eagle is thanking Meg, and as the humans that you've saved are being loaded up onto Sugar Pie to be taken back to Bree, a single crow flies in the sky and begins circling around. For Meg, this crow signals an omen for you, because as it begins to swoop down to land on your arm, you notice it has streaks of white in its feathers, which signifies that it is a crow from your homeland. It lands on your arm, and it looks towards you, and you recognise this is one of the crows that would have been in the sort of messages area. Escadale is in trouble. We need you to come back. Escadale is in trouble. We need you to come back. And the Great Eagle looks. I will aid you in this. And it flaps its wings off. Head north to the ranges. We will meet you there. And it flies off. That's where we're going to end tonight's session, because I think it's only fair that we do a part 2 of this at some point. So, to this story, or part 3 and 4. Yeah, anyway.
I do just put a hand on Meg. I think you need to meet Isidore's heir. Come on, let's go.
It's okay. Come on. It's all fine. Come on, let's go. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, plot. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Sorry that this went over by quite a large amount, but we had some things that we needed to deal with. And, yeah, thank you to my players for everything. If you like what you've seen, sorry, my mind just went blank. If you like what you see, we play D&D on Monday from 6 p.m. UK time. Find us all over social media by searching Roll Together RPG. Massive thank you to our sponsors, supporters, and the D20 Club and Dice Heads on Patreon. You can join them from as little as 1 of your local currency per month, or 1 goat, which must be sent to Tom. And that's everything. So we will see you soon. Goodbye.